shit, what date is it today? Oh, shit.
Tuesday.
Oh. Tuesday, the 6th of Shut Up. I knew he was going to do something. Oh. Children all of them, aren't you? I don't know. Right. Steady. Right. Okay, you ready?
Hi, this is Foxx from modelmakingguru.com. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 2000.
Oh, God, I hate you completely. It's Tuesday, the 6th of December, and you're listening to the Modelmakers Treehouse Club from modelmakingguru.com. Hey everyone, it's Foxx from modelmakingguru.com here, and welcome to the first ever Modelmakers Treehouse Club, a super secret cabal of model makers secreted deep in our volcano layer that just happens to have different rooms in different parts of the world. And this is hopefully going to be our occasional, maybe weekly podcast where we will answer your questions, basically shoot the breeze. It's going to be in two parts. This first part is going to be the general how we do in question answer. We're going to answer your questions. And the second part is going to be the Patreon exclusive after hours where we'll get a bit more tawdry. Probably won't talk about model making. We'll probably talk about everything else. Imagine like a few blokes sat in the pub with beer talking nonsense. So let's crack on. Who have we got with us today? Obviously there's me. Obs. Also with me today on the show, I like saying that, it sounded profesh. Also with me on the show today, we have my very good friend and American brother, Adam from Enigma Model Making. Hello, Adam.
How are we doing, Fox?
I'm all right. Tell us about yourself, Adam. Tell us what you've been up to.
Oh, a bunch of no good. Just mainly working, trying to get some models done.
Yeah, it's a good way to be. Good way to be. It never happens, though, does it?
Nope.
Never stops piling up.
Yep, I just like filming a lot of stuff and sending it to Tony.
Well, let me move on then to take that little segue to our next guest. Our next regular podcaster is Mr. Fairclough, Captain Spillage himself from Helgen 35's workshop. Not Helgen 35, Helgen 35. Get it right, you might slap you in the chops. How are you doing, Tony?
Yes, Helgen. I'm good, lad. Yes, I'm good. Stutter kicked in straight away. Yes, brilliant. Why not? Yeah. Yes. How's everybody doing?
We're all right, mate. Well, I'm speaking for everybody, and I shouldn't do that. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Also joining as well today, our very good friend from the Netherlands who sent me all those hagelslag that aren't hagelslag, I've just found out. They're also not called muses either. I got that wrong. And I'm just never going to speak Dutch ever again. My very good friend TK from TK's Models. How the devilly devil are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you, Fox. Yeah, they're called muisjes and not mutant, but that's okay.
So basically, right. I even got it wrong then, didn't I, when I said they were called muses?
Yeah,
I'll stick to made-up German, shall I? Should I just stick to made-up German?
Yeah, just do a little bit of made-up Dutch. It really sounded cool, so can I forgive you.
If I put gevaarten on the end, but add lots of does it make it Dutch?
Yeah, it probably.
Excellent. Well, these are the chaps that are with us today. We may be joined a bit later by Skipper Ted from Skipper Scale Models. Sadly, Will can't be with us because he lives in New Zealand, and therefore it's like, I don't know, March or something in New Zealand at the moment, and they're all upside down anyway, so it looked really weird. And Ant can't join us either because I've not heard back from him. Hello, Ant. So let's crack on. We're hoping to make this a regular thing. We've no idea. We haven't planned this. I haven't done really much planning at all, so this may be just a complete clusterflock. This part of the podcast is the general open to everyone. This is the family-friendly part where we'll actually possibly talk about model making. The other one is going to be the adult one. So let's crack on. Let's do a quick round table then of what we are working on. I'll quickly say, because everybody knows what I'm working on. At the moment I have my Kshatriya, which is a build for the Patreon channel. That's the SD Super Deformed Kshatriya. And also I've just started on Knackered Old Tranny. Yes, that's just getting going. I've still got to denub all the parts for that, so that's cracking on. But you know what I'm working on. I talk about it all the time. It's probably on YouTube or something somewhere. Let's go around the table. Let's start at a completely random point. Let's start with Mr. Fairclough. What the devil are you working on, sir? How is your model making time at the moment?
Yes. Firstly, don't refer to my mother like a knackered old tranny. At the moment, it's literally because of the work situation and how things have been with working all the hours. We've literally just started now. We're going to be working on from this point onwards. So I've got all the free time in the world. I've got all the catching up to do. So there's lots of editing. Not just my channel, but Adam's as well. All the stuff, all the TARDIS, all the bits and bobs that he and Brandon have been doing on their bits and pieces. I've not even had a chance to look at it yet, to be honest. I've still got a lot of stuff to catch up with for e-models. Just off camera, just here-ish.
Ooh.
That's all the work in progress stuff.
You have a moving camera.
And then,
very techie.
Oh, yes. Watch me drop my laptop now. And then we've got all that pile of shame building up ever so slowly.
That is a significant pile of shame there, Tony.
It's getting bigger each day.
Yeah.
It's freaking me out. It really is.
No, not everybody will know this, but you just mentioned it then. You obviously do your own YouTube stuff, held in 3.5's workshop, but you also edit all the videos for Adam and Brandon as well.
I do. I do indeed. When I can.
Because you're a crazy
It's been a
fool.
while. Yes.
So you've got basically everything in the world on your workbench.
Yes.
And you're...
Yes, I'm not even showing you. I'll show you that way. Just bear with us a second.
Are we going to spin around?
You probably get some bright lights now.
Oh.
That's the chaos of the workbench.
Hang on. I spoke over you then. Keep it there. Keep talking.
Okay, that's the chaos of the workbench. There's usually about 4 things on the go, but because I've got the laptop out today, I've had to shift everything, as you've just seen, off to the side there. But it's just chaos. It really is. Like I say, I've catched up with everything all in one go. It's just like room in the world.
Well, you've just come back to a normal working schedule, haven't you, now, for sort of working schedule for normal people, so you've got more time to play. Yeah. And you're just about to finish,
Hopefully.
or you have just finished. Are we allowed to say you've just finished a particular project?
Yes, I have. And I don't know what I've done with it. It's gone. And it's tidy up. Yes, there he is. There he is. Aha. We're talking about the Terminator for e-models?
Oh, yeah.
Look, they don't fall off. So they're all glued in now. They're all against my shiny, shiny forehead. Old. Really has been a challenge.
Ooh, they're looking awesome, dude.
It's one of those things you can do in a long weekend, but because of the work thing.
We appear to have lost your picture a bit there, Tony.
Oh, sorry. I need to keep talking, don't I, whilst I'm doing that?
No, I mean, your actual picture's disappeared.
What, picture?
Yes.
Oh, hello. I've not clicked anything. Hey, has my Wi-Fi dropped off?
Possibly. We've still got your audio.
Just because. No, my camera's on. Hang on, just let me.
Well, while you play with your fiddliness, let me go over to TK Mile Mucker. What do you have on your workbench at the moment? You finished your big, enormous, huge, and rather beautiful Viking longboat.
Yeah.
What else have you got on the go?
Well, as you may or may not know, I have a 1-to-1 scale model at the go. I'm working on my attic to create a new room. So all my scale models, which are the HO229 and the Freedom Gundam.
You said Gundam. You said Gundam.
No, robot thing type.
Oh,
no.
Don't say robot. Don't
Gundam.
say robot. Oh.
No, they're on hold. I started those. They're on hold. My wife wants her own hobby space, so I need to build a new room.
That was really funny though, because when you said that, your sound just dropped out very briefly, and it sounded like you said puppy space. Your wife wants her own puppy space.
No, hobby space. She loves drawing and stuff like that, and it's just not working in the living room. So yeah. We're gonna. I'm basically I'm banished from my room. I need to build myself a new room, and she's helping me, so that's nice. We're transforming the attic into a new lair for me with air conditioning and lots of things that are vetoed, but I may still sneak in.
You mean like the beer fridge?
Yeah.
There's probably some way you can get a beer fridge in there without actually making it look like a beer fridge. Possibly. Have to
You know, I'm gonna
camouflage, dude.
make a storage space behind the wall
Yeah.
with a hatch, and nobody will know what's behind the hatch. So
Yeah, just keep a diary in there. It'll be fine.
yeah,
Wait, was that too soon?
that's
I don't know.
extra food.
So one-to-one.
And if you just stop hearing from me for a couple of months, maybe check in on me.
Just
We'll
check
find
and
you at the bottom of the staircase after that picture you sent us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the moment you have to get in through a ladder and it's kind of dangerous and.
No, the ladder was really just for reaching the top of the roof.
Okay.
But it was a bit makeshift and a little bit unsafe and a little bit disapproved of by several people. So yeah.
It'll get there. It's a work of love. You'll get to the weathering stage soon enough.
Yeah, probably.
Spend 20 years weathering it with airbrush overspray and things like that. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Lovely. And last but by no means least, Adam, you old dog, how are you doing? What do you have on your bench right now?
Let's see. What do I have on my bench? I got spitballs. I got things that I can electrocute Brandon with. Tony loves that one.
So just
Yes, I do.
Just a normal working environment then.
Just normal, yeah. You know, if it's not horseplay, it's actual work. Actually, I'm working on that F4 Phantom. Fixing to start on the B25. Waiting for some decals from eBay to come in because the friends I'm building that for I love these people to death. They're good friends. I love helping them out. First plane, it was a family member. Second plane, it was a family member of a friend. Now they want to do little aerator. And I'm just like, you can't just choose out a box. It can never be something simple.
Sorry. I was trying to prod Tony in the head in the little screen at the bottom, but I went the wrong way, and then my camera kicked in. And it was like, oh, it's just died.
It's all right.
By the way, apologies this evening if I sound a bit sniffly. As always, I've got the sniffles. So you've got quite a few things on the go there, basically, as well as there is one thing there that some people wouldn't consider a model kit, but I think it still counts as model building. I think it still counts as a branch of model making. Because you can still paint it, you can still weather it, you can still put a rocket in it and throw it out the window and explode it, if you wanted to. If you particularly hate Disney. What is it you're working on? What's that then? Tell us what that is.
Oh, I have started in a different branch of modeling too, and that is the fun world of Legos. I have some other good friends of mine. They love buying these very expensive kits and then never putting them together. So they just bring them over to my house and I pull out the Craggle and start gluing them together and putting them together for them. So that's always fun.
Excellent. But tell them what this Lego kit.
Oh, the Lego! You want them to know how emasculated I have turned.
Well, that's just yeah. Go on, you're right.
It is.
Don't mince words, Bones.
It is the Disney Dream Castle from the one that you always see on the front of the logos and in Disneyland, the big after show comments here. Castle that's like 4,000 pieces and weighs 50 pounds.
And it's like 30 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the disturbing thing is it isn't the Mickey Mouse, it isn't the Donald Duck that comes with it. The disturbing thing is the Lego Tinkerbell.
Ugh.
She creeps me out, dude. I mean, seriously. You have spiders. Tony has clowns. TK, you have long Viking ships that you never want to see again. I have creepy little Lego Tinkerbells.
I fully understand as a man that pretty much hates anything Disney's ever made apart from let's say, the adult branching of Buena Vista and movies like that, that's acceptable. In Star Wars, we'll allow that. But everything else Disney is just like, to me. So, yes, I can fully... Let me explain to my viewers who may not know. This is my equivalent of Lego Tinkerbell. just needs to... I'm so tempted to... Oh.
Don't you dare.
I got one
Don't
worse
you
than
dare.
that.
I can do it. Tell me not to do it. I can do it. I can do it. It might
Don't you
happen.
dare.
Be right back.
Oh no, I got what I can beat you on that.
Go on.
When we go on commercial break, I will pull it out for you.
Whoa. We're live on telly. You can't say things. I don't need to see Adam's parts. Thank you very much.
No, and don't Google them either.
Don't Google for Adam parts. For those who may not know, I did a live stream the other week, and a gentleman asked me where you could get certain things. I said you can get accessories for kits, like bits and bobs and gas canisters and things. And I sent him to a website called Add-on Parts, ADDONPARTS. But I couldn't type it in the comments, so I had to just say it's Add-on Parts and spelt it out. And he came back about 5 minutes later and said, I can't find anything for Adam Parts. I'm like, why are you Googling for Adam's parts? Oh, I'm not looking, TK. I'm not looking.
Yes. Beautiful.
You have to speak, TK, so it goes on big camera. Then we'll have to stop that.
Is the thing on mute again?
Oh, get off my screen.
I still say he's a dark Lord.
There is... Oh, how good. Oh, God, I did a Jar Jar Binks impression. Oh, man.
How?
I'm doomed. I'm just going to sit here and flick my Jar Jar Binks. Oh! I flicked him in half. Oops. I may have just kind of... Oh, dear, I broke him in half. Yes.
Oh,
well, I do have a plan for this little... I can't swear, it's family friendly. I do have a plan for this little person.
No.
I may film a video review of the entire prequel trilogy for my channel. So he will factor into it 100%. Trust me. So anyway.
You do realise...
Yes.
Pardon the interruption. That little fella there represents the Facebook generation. All this, like this photo, all that kind of nonsense. Share this, share that, share the other. Jar Jar Binks was the Facebook generation before the Facebook generation was invented.
You see, what terrifies me...
He jumps on every bandwagon going.
Hang on, I need to blow my nose. Sorry about
just
this,
to... Oh, hey, up.
Oh, thankfully you did a raspberry over my little sniffs. That was quite polite. Perfectly timed. Sorry, folks. I've got a bit of a cold at the minute. It's not really nice to do it on camera, but I can't stop it. The thing that scares me more, and this is really
Is this thing on?
Yeah, we can hear you. London calling.
Okay.
The thing that scares me more is that there's an entire generation of people who probably haven't ever seen the prequels and have no reason to dislike and hate completely. I'm sorry, haven't seen the original films and have no reason to hate the prequels, and they think the prequels are Star Wars. Whereas, of course, we know the prequels are just unabashed crap. So, just
Fox,
hello.
I hate Jar Jar as much as you do, and that huge cutout is in my son's bedroom. Something I see nearly every day. So
you are forgiven, therefore, if it's not actually yours. We let you off.
Thanks.
Right, let's move on to the next section. Now, as I said earlier on, we haven't planned this at all, so this is going to be completely random and chaotic. What time did we start, guys? Because I forgot. Did we? We didn't.
Oh,
we're 19 minutes. It says on my screen. 19 minutes. That's brilliant. We'll probably have we'll have different sections and things to discuss. What I'll do quickly is we kind of plan to do a news section, but this isn't Top Gear or the Grand Tour. Let's talk about the decent one. Sorry, a little bit of politics. So there's not really a lot of model making news that we can go over. So I'll just throw it open to you guys and say, is there anything you guys particularly want to talk about or address with our viewers? Anything that you need to make them aware of, either for general or for your channels, because obviously you guys have your own channels as well, as we can tell by the banners on the bottom of everybody's page, which is on that side. There, where is it there? Oh, screen's the wrong way around. So yeah, is there anything that you guys want to tell the public, raise with the people watching?
Yes,
That was
Tony
that was a really crap
Faircloth
segue, wasn't it?
Tony Faircloth at Helgon 35 has been let out on parole. He is now among the free, so he can start actually building stuff. Welcome back, Tony.
Yes, welcome back, dude. So we can expect what, 7 or 8 videos from you a week?
Probably not even at the moment, because it's trying to get through all that raw footage now. Yes.
Your raw footage?
Yes, the Americans. Yes.
Oh, and before I get hate mail, before I'm the one that gets hate mail for sending him all the raw footage, I owe him also about 50 pounds of cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my first 4 children, and I only got 3. So, yes, I know how much I owe this man.
Yeah, I've got lots and lots of editing to do first before I can get back into building things. Oh, hey up, the silent coughing.
I had to turn my microphone off.
Okay?
I had to cough then. Told you I'm in the middle of a cold at the minute, so I don't want to be body functioning
eyes
down.
are watering.
I know, they are. No, you just make me teary-eyed, dude. It's the
thank you.
It's the magnificence of your vista makes me teary-eyed and misty.
You're using big words again. That sounded romantic.
Steady now. Steady now.
Yeah. Have you been drinking the Cavonia?
No, just enormous pints of coffee.
Oh,
Cavonia. Hey, we're not doing free adverts. They've got to pay us for that kind of stuff.
Did he?
No, they
Did
should
you pay?
do. No, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's why we're not doing it.
Oh. Not Cavonia then. The other one. 60 legs. Stop it.
I don't even know where we're going with it. Welcome to a normal conversation between me and Tony.
Yes.
It's basically a conversation made completely out of segues and no actual content. That's how we roll.
Yes.
So, Tony TK, do you have anything, I was going to say like news related, but there's nothing really in the model making world that's news, but anything that you guys want to raise, again, either about your work, your channel, or just stuff you've come across in the model making world that people might want to know about?
There's a huge silence.
I'll insert a cricket sound here, actually.
Yes. At the moment, I've been out of the loop for too long. So I'm literally playing catch up with everything at the moment. One thing I do know is I have the Airfix.
Why does it cut to me every time I
170
blow my nose? It's annoying. Sorry, carry on.
Is he?
Sorry, carry on.
The 172nd scale Phantom. Even though Adam's doing that huge thing, this 172nd Airfix Phantom has all kinds of different bits that you would normally find in 32nd scale. I'm really looking forward to that one coming out. I've pre-ordered it. I was very naughty and I pre-ordered it.
Did you do that without getting authority to do so first?
Yes.
Have you just told the entire internet a secret? Like the
yes,
entire,
I'm
like
in trouble now.
All the internet. Well, yes. I do have the power.
I don't even know when that's out.
I do have the power of editing, so obviously all I accept checks, bankers drafts, cash, pot noodles.
Pot noodles?
Oh, go on, don't mind if I do. Excuse me a second.
I hope.
One day I'll be in good health.
Right about this point, hopefully I'm hoping. That makes sense in my head. All this coughing that he's doing, I'm hoping he leaves that in. Can he hear us?
Yeah.
He can hear us, but I think
and yes, he can hear us. Right. So I'm hoping he does all kinds of sheep noises over the top of that coughing.
Sheep noises. Oh, sorry about this, folks.
Like you say, he's going.
I had to. So the problem is that I'm getting a cold anyway, but of course to film this I've got all the lights in the world on, which makes my room like 1,000 degrees, which doesn't really help. So everything is streaming at the moment, literally, as well as the stream itself. Everything within is streaming, and it's not good. It's not good. Ooh. But I'm willing to make this sacrifice for our followers. There you go. See, that's what it is.
LED. It's gold light.
Well, I've got 2 LEDs, but the other ones aren't. That's the problem. So, TK, is there anything you want to take the stage about? Anything? Updates on your stuff? Any general information? Stuff you've come across? Anything like that?
No, not really. Maybe for Tony, did you see the Revell 8080 kit?
Oh,
yes, I have. I think Phil Florey is doing a build of that at the moment on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look good. I've said that about Revel Kit. Oh my word.
Oh, what are you doing now?
Do you know?
Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the cats and dogs living together here and oh my thing. Because I watched Phil Flory's video as well, where he was putting it together in like about 6 minutes or something, and it is a big thing. And I looked at it, and everybody will know my absolute hatred of Revell kits. But I've got to tell you, the land speeder they did that I made. It was dead basic, but it was all right because I customised it and put parts on it. That AT-AT, it may be a bit shonky and it's made of 99% seam lines, but with a bit of work, bit of custom bodging, bit of greebles added in here and there, you get your tank parts out, a bit of plastic card,
Oh, yes.
and a lot of seam filling, you're kind of going to get a really big AT-AT. And until Dragon do their 1/35th scale one, which is coming out at some point. What is it, 30, 40 quid for that AT-AT? It's not bad, actually. I mean, even I might be
Something like that.
tempted.
Yeah.
So,
It does look a decent size as well.
it looks...
So when I heard that one announced,
But being Revel, of course, it's 1/53rd and a half than an 1/8 scale. It's not anything you can actually get a figure
it's not
for.
scale.
They do box scale. I hate the fact they do box scale. It's like, can you not just do a scale that we can get figures for? So even I will sit there and say, you know what? If you want to make a big AT-AT right now, your choices are basically that. And it's not that bad. It needs a lot of work to make it look good.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad, actually. So even I will
It looks
say yes.
But wasn't Bandai gonna bring out one as well?
Yes.
Well, possibly. They had a walking one. It was doing that thing. It wasn't doing that because that's a shrimp. That's a shrimp. It was on their display at I think the whichever expo it was a couple of years ago because they had the 35-foot long Star Destroyer and they had the AT-AT. But my understanding from what I've read is the Star Destroyer was actually made by somebody else and not Bandai. They just happened to have it there because it looked good and they asked him to bring it, I think. And the AT-AT was a planned one, but we've never heard from it again. But if they did that would be awesome because Bandai's just the best. We know Bandai's the best.
Yeah.
But Dragon are planning apparently a 1/35th scale. They've teased it about a year ago. But
Yes.
The thing with the thing with the Revell ATSD I have is I bought the what's the scale? I'm not sure. The Falcon, the last one they did, and it kind of looks like not a Falcon. So I'm kind of worried if you get the AT-AT in person, it's gonna look the same.
Well, look
and
at
it's not just a little greeblies, a little plastic card, a little seam line filling. It's gonna be rebuilding the whole damn model.
well, I mean, look at the one Phil Flory had. It didn't look actually too far off the real thing. The head was a little flat, but it didn't look like because the old thing about the Revell Falcons is that the rumor is that when they first started doing Falcons were using the molds that AMT used and Ertl used to use for theirs, and their molds were taken from concept drawings of the Falcon, not the actual studio model, because back in the 70s. So I saw a Millennium Falcon then. Is that a Millennium Falcon on your door, Tony? Am I just imagining that?
No. That's my helmet.
Okay, it just bizarrely in the flash of an instant looked like a Millennium Falcon. So that's probably just Revell being really rubbish and just not bothering to update their designs. But the AT-AT actually looked quite good, and I'll happily say that of a Revell kit. If I was making it, I'd probably be using all the swear words in the world, and I'd hate everybody from Revell. But yeah, you never know. I said the land speeder was good. The land speeder was really basic, and the figures were horrible. But
on 1/72nd scale, it doesn't look like a Falcon.
yeah, I mean I suppose the thing, part of the frustration for me with Revell is yes, their kits are predominantly, let's just be honest, crap. But they are kind of at the cheap end of the market. I know they've got the master, the fine molds Reeboks, but even for the basic snap fit ones, given the fact that we can't technically get the Bandai ones, but we can, you think they'd actually make the effort and make them kind of. I know they're for kids, but you can still make awesome kits for kids. That's how Gunpla works. So
yeah, and I imagine Revell knows it's not just the kids that want to buy their Star Wars stuff. So why not either do an easy kit and a full kit, for the grown-ups and make that decent. If you want to make a toy and something else.
Yeah, I mean it's
But yeah,
because at the moment your choice is basically the really crappy one for kids, the easy fit ones, or basically the £300 fine molds Reeboks, which not everybody's
yeah.
able to
Well,
afford.
that's what's disappointing me in what we officially can get here in Europe,
Mm.
which
But-
is not Bandai, just the out of scale Revell.
Yeah, and just to add to that point, because a lot of people have asked me about it, the whole thing of not getting Bandai kits. Just in case anybody doesn't know, basically Bandai don't have the license to sell kits outside of the Asian territories. Now you will find them outside the Asian territories, and you will find retailers selling them. However, what you'll find is the retailers that sell them outside the Asian territories won't publicise that fact, because if they do, they risk getting into trouble with Bandai. So you can get them, but you're going to have to hunt around to find them.
Because I remember when I first was getting into painting and everything, I was following Tony's R2D2 build and the C3PO builds and the ATST builds through Bandai. And I won't say where I got them, but where I got them from, I probably spent maybe $15, $20 per model. But after all that, with Lucasfilms coming down on the licensing rights and saying no, you cannot sell outside of the Asian market, we have that license to sell in the UK and Europe and the US. All the prices jumped up easily 20, 30.
Yeah, they went through the roof. And the other frustrating thing, and it's another little sort of dagger in the heart of the modeler outside of the Asian territories, is Europe and US has the Revell. The Revell is the official licensee, so they can sell their stuff, which means we get Revell turning up at Scale Model World looking like the kid who's turned up for the first day of school with trousers halfway too short and the jacket doesn't fit and everybody beats him up. I mean, seriously, the people walking past that Revell stand at Scale Model World, who are all people who are into model making, you got these people walking past going, really? Seriously? You spent all this money on this stand here? Why? But the real frustrating thing is the master scale stuff they do, which is the fine molds reboxes, are US only. And that's like, oh, for the love of...
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, well, apparently, unless it's changed, because they were all the crappy kiddie stuff is anywhere you want, but outside Europe you can't get the master stuff officially.
No.
Not.
No.
I mean, if I was going to get a Falcon now, I'd have to get the Revell one because it's the fine molds one, which is basically at the moment the best Falcon out there, the best Millennium Falcon you're going to get, without getting the DS Agostini. And before anybody asks, yes, it's still going to happen someday. When I get space, when I get an enormous attic like TK, or half of the southern part of America to work in, like Adam.
Fox, do I need to show them the shield so that people can understand why
Yes.
you can do this?
Yes. Let me while Adam goes and grabs that, let me explain. A lot of people ask me, when am I going to get back to the Agostini Falcon? There's two reasons I stopped doing it. One is because every episode for about 400 episodes would have been, today we're going to paint the next piece of exterior hull plating like we did the last 47 times. So I decided to wait till I had everything. The other problem is it's like 17 times the size of my workbench. I can just about fit the cockpit tube on my bench. So it had to stop because I don't have anywhere to work on it at all, big enough, until I win the lottery and get my garage converted into a studio, which is probably never going to happen. It's not going to happen. So Adam, when he finds it, we'll show you. If you can talk your way through, Adam, so it pops the camera to you.
All right, so this is what I call the Captain America shield of the bottom half of the Falcon. And like, here's my hand. I can't even get it all in screen. And it's a beautiful piece. I mean, I love it. It's ready for painting and all that, but it's just so, like, literally, I'm hiding behind it, my body. That's my arm right there. So that's how big it is.
So to answer your question, the main reason I'm not got back to the Falcon is I don't have any. You can see here the size. This is my workspace here. It's like about 3 foot square. What I did was I tidied my stuff and made lots more space, which made it smaller. I don't quite know how. That's the way it works. So this is fine for me, but for the Falcon, even if I cleared my work desk, just couldn't happen. So to answer the question, yes, it will happen one day. I'll probably wait about 5 years and then find I've got one piece missing and it'll be impossible to get. So anyway, that'll do for the news and views section. How long are we going? Half an hour. That's all right. How are we doing, guys? Do we think we're doing all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, this is the kind of, think of this, dear viewer, as the pilot, where the actors haven't really got their characters together. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. Nobody's drunk. There's no decent script writers yet, so we're going to wing it. So if you're seeing this, we decided it wasn't particularly offensive, and therefore we'll get your feedback. So when you've watched this, do give us your feedback on the YouTube, on the Facebooks, anything else. Give us your feedback, because obviously we're going to try and do this as much as possible. We're going to try and make it as cool as possible. If there's things you want to see, let us know. We're just making this crap up right now, so we don't know. So what we'll do,
We don't know.
what I'll do is, by way of no segue whatsoever, because I haven't planned, let's do a bit of Q&A then, shall we? I could think of an amusing little animated sting here, but this is not the BBC. So what I've done is basically I've got like the 8 was that dancing? Was that dancing?
I'm white and American. That's as close as you're going to get.
You're going to make me go in a coughing fit again, aren't you? Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves while I empty my lungs out. Hang on.
Oh, there we go.
Meh. Meh.
What's sad is every time he does that, I keep thinking of the old Monty Python.
Well, you do realise it's very good that, but what you've just given me is basically a minute and a half of you making stupid animal noises that I can use to my own devices.
That's okay.
That's all right.
That's it. I don't mind.
So,
Hey.
No.
so now we can have little clips of Tony making sheep noises where necessary in my videos. Yes.
Well, I am Welsh, boy.
Well, there's lovely in the mountains. I can't do a Welsh accent.
Oh, it's lovely.
Apparently, I can't do an Irish accent either. So.
It's close. No, you can't. No, I've heard your Irish accent. It's rubbish.
My Irish accent
It's
is
not
best
Irish.
in the world.
That's Scouse. No, that's Scouse.
Scouts don't say Ashfeld.
That's terrible.
I thought that was good. Well, no, you see, what it is, no, I've just offended all the Irish. Sorry, I am half Irish, so I've got
Yes,
I've
yes,
got
you
the
have.
legal right to pretend to do Irish. I'm also half Scottish, but I won't do my Glaswegian. My dad would gyrate furiously in his grave if I tried that. Right, should we do some Q&A? Oh, is there anything else? Is there anything else you guys want to particularly chat about before we do go into the easy, no thinking section of answering questions?
Just don't ask how to make the proper pot noodles. We're good.
Yeah, don't mention pot noodles. That could just sidetrack us for an hour and a half. Okay, well, let's whiz through some questions then. Now, these are all questions I've had in the past for my things like live podcast. I'm talking rubbish. Live streams and Q&A sessions, but because this is the first one, obviously we haven't asked anybody for questions, so I'll go through. I've answered these before, but I'll put these out to the guys, basically, to see what... Oh, do you know... Apologies, but my beard's tickling my nose and it's really annoying. It's the problem of having an epic beard, you see. TK will know this problem.
Yeah.
I have to say, though, with your hairdo at the moment, you look like the old Ulysses cartoon.
Bizarrely,
You've got the same pattern and everything.
the moment you said that, all I could think of was The Thing and the Fabulous Cities of Gold, which is totally a different series. That's how my brain works.
Yes, it is.
Ulysses, was it Ulysses 31, the one you're...
Yes.
I kind of vaguely remember it, but I don't remember it.
Oh, you'll have to Google it later.
I will.
You'll have to
won't
find. I've got the theme running through my head right now.
Well, I mean, I know it was the same kind of era as Battle of the Planets /
Yes.
Gatchaman, depending on where you watched it.
Yes.
And it's that kind of thing. Same kind of era as Gundam, actually.
Yes.
Oh God, Ulysses.
So it all
31.
starts.
So you're saying I've got a 1970s wavy haircut?
It's not far off.
Well, I'm trying to work on the yacht hair, but until I win the lottery, I just have to do it without the actual yacht part. So
Yeah.
I can work on the hair.
Oh, there's a Viking boat in Holland.
Yeah, it's not got rockets on it yet, though.
No, not yet.
It needs some shuttle boosters and lasers. And not just any lasers, but freaking
Yes.
lasers. That's what it needs.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
What
does.
scale is that? Is it 1/50th? That Viking longboat?
Yeah. 1/50th scale, yeah.
I wonder where you can find 1/50th scale Vikings in spacesuits. I'll have to investigate.
Well, you have a resemblant gun blast somewhere. Oh no, it was a Space Nazi. There was something else.
They're 160, so...
Yeah, well, that could work.
It could work. Okay.
It could work.
It could work. Still need to put rockets on that Viking longbow.
Yeah, I have the space shuttle rockets. They're about big enough. So.
That's what I was thinking. Right, let me troll through some of these questions. As I say, I won't answer these because I've already answered them and I talked far too much in this podcast anyway. And you guys just not said a word all the way through, so you're just rubbish. So, first question from some guy called Adam Cheeves. Never heard of him. Some crazy American, probably. Re Starship Filth, he says. Re Starship Filth. How much are they paying you and Tony Fairclough for advertising? And how can a poor broke American get in on that deal? Tony, would you like to
Absolutely nothing. We get paid absolutely nothing for that. Nothing whatsoever. The Starship Filth, as you know it from our videos, Fox, is no longer available because some Burke, swallow it, some Burke decided to buy 80 tubes all in one go, which created a band.
Can I just point out here that Burke wasn't me. I only bought 4, not 20. No. I'm a Burke, but I'm not that much of a Burke.
1.
4's allowable.
No,
I
3.
reckon 4 that's
3.
huge. Oh, 3. That's gone down.
That's what she said.
Yes. Hey, stop it.
Sorry.
Friendly. Stop it. Yeah, so I don't think you'll need more than 4 for that massive, great big Millennium Falcon. And some complete gipper decided to buy 80. It just created a demand that wasn't there to start with.
Every time he tells the story, it goes up by 20, but carry on.
Yes. So it's out of production now because of that reason. There was too much demand for it, and there wasn't a demand there to start with, kind of thing. So it's berserk. But there is a replacement for Starship Filth now, which is the new smoke flavour. I've no idea why it's a flavour. Well, just let me pop off camera. I'll find it for you.
Okay.
I've actually done a presentation of it in part 8, I think it was, of Boba Fett.
Well, let me explain while Tony's grabbing that. While Tony's grabbing that, I have tried to find out because Starship Filth was a MiG 502 Abteilung colour from MiG Productions. Now, my natural thinking was that Mig Jimenez has obviously gone off and started the ammo range, and it's Mig Jimenez. So I was never sure if the 502 Abteilung was owned by AK Interactive, who Mig used to work for, or whether it was actually owned by Mig and therefore be part of the new ammo range. And it seemed like it wasn't part of ammo, because when I was doing my Zaku build, I said, can I use Starship Filth? And they said, well, it's not one of our paints. So that's why I'm not using Starship Filth for gunk washes on the Zaku, which is really kind of hampering me, but we'll move on to that. However, they have just brought out their oil brusher paints, which are like thinned little tubes of paint with a brush on the lid, and they're for things like weathering, and one of those is Starship Filth. So it's really confusing now as to who actually owns who is Starship Filth still MiG, and if that's the case, are they ever going to bring it back? I know they've got smoke. It's very, very similar.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but there is a recipe for people who can't get those paints, and it's burnt umber and a couple others.
It's if you can't find Starship Filth, a reasonable facsimile is go to your local art store and the local artist oils. Get yourself a tube of Payne's Grey, Paynes, Payne's Grey, and either raw burnt umber or burnt sienna. And if basically you get some of the burnt umber or the burnt sienna and start mixing the Payne's Grey in, it will start to darken and it will get something similar to Starship Filth. The only thing is, because it's artist oil paint, it's a lot more oily than the MiG paints. So what you need to do is mix it on a piece of porous card or paper, so leave it for 10 minutes so it can absorb some of the excess oils. It just means it'll dry a bit faster when you've done your gunk wash. Is Tony still rummaging? Are you rummaging?
Yes, I'm rummaging. I've managed to find it. It was no idea where I thought it was, but hopefully there's not too much shine of Starship Filth. That one there, and it's practically the same. It's 99% accurate. It really is. I've used it on this fella here. Apologies for the shiny head. Let's get something there. I've done one side in Starship Filth and the other side in Smoke. I can't remember genuinely which one I did in Starship Filth, which one was Smoke. It's exactly the same once you look at it like that.
Cool. I know.
So it's practically.
I know what that
practically
is.
the same.
I know what that is.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
I've still got to finish that as well. I've got all the things. Also, there's a new bitumen flavour. That's the new engine grease, by the look of it.
Ooh.
It's like a really oily, nasty, really dirty colour.
Very nasty, really
I can't
dirty
actually show
colour.
you R2 because R2's not here. But it's very similar to that colour I use for the oil streaks on R2.
I must get some of those for mine. I mean, like I said a minute ago, I really am struggling with the Zaku because the Zaku build I'm doing is just ammo products only, and I really am struggling not using oil paints. Not because I need oil paints for any kit, but because it's a gunpla and I can't do certain things like use thin down enamels. It really is kind of challenging to not have a Starship Filth there to do a gunk wash with. So I'm finding interesting ways of doing it. But yeah, I've got two or three tubes. It should last me about 20 years.
Yeah. Starship Field says powered by MiG though on the tube.
This is why it's confusing because it was a MiG Productions product. Abteilung range was MiG Productions, and I never knew if MiG Productions was something to do with AK Interactive.
It's a different company. Jorina SA.
Which is Spanish, and MiG's in Spain. This is why I never knew if maybe when MiG was doing AK, he was also doing something else independently. It's such a confusing story. I wouldn't want to get into it here because it's like watching Dallas. It's just, it got confusing. So
just to give you an idea as well of how far Starship Filth actually goes. That's the same tube I use in all my videos, and I've used it on 12 other builds off camera as well. And I've hardly used it.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Tiny little amount.
I don't know how you do it, Tony, but you managed to get like one brush of Starship Filth to cover an entire model, whereas I do, and it's just gone, and I've got to reload the brush. But you managed to get like, I don't know how you do it. Oh, what?
You do one brush full and then you eat it.
Just that bit.
Yeah.
No.
Tube that I have that Tony sent me, it's gone through probably about 4 or 5 models, and I've barely touched it.
Yeah, I don't think I've finished one tube of filth. I think I've got one tube of filth that's almost about halfway used. But I've not finished a tube yet, but I've started because I just grabbed the first one I could find, and they're all they're all got bits taken out of them. So
yeah.
Okay, well that's the filth question from that whoever that Adam person was. Don't know who that was.
I heard he's a total.
Okay, here's one that was asked. This was again. These are all questions from hundreds of years ago. William Pezzano asked me a long time ago.
Hey,
how did you
Bill.
Bill. How did you get interested in model making? And I'll put that open to all of you. How did you get? This is the easy bit for me because I can shut up and listen now, and I still don't shut up. Carry on. How did you get interested in model making?
TK, you go first.
Through my dad, really. I used to build aircraft, and when I was about 6 or 7, I built my first aircraft with him. My first aircraft model. Can't remember which one it was, but that's when it started. And then I quit when I was about 16 or 17 because of girls and life. And yeah, since a couple of years, I went back to it, and now my whole display cabinet's full of the crap.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh yes.
So go on then, Tony. How did you get into the modelling making Gabowen?
I genuinely can't remember.
You blinked since then.
Honestly, can't remember. Yeah, it's I've got a hazy memory of one of my granddads when I was about 8 years old, introduced me to an Airfix tank. You know, the really old Matchbox ones. It was a Japanese tank from World War II, I think it was. And then there was a biplane. I've got a hazy memory of that, but
there's always a
proper
biplane.
memories of it. Oh yeah, gotta have a biplane. I can't remember which one it was, but the main memories of it start when I'm roughly 15, with my very, very first proper knee injury. And I was out of action for quite a while, and somebody just plonked a kit in front of me. Can't remember which one it was. That basically kept me quiet for about 10 minutes. Oh, hold on.
Look at TK being all professional with a
Screenshot for me.
with the thing there saying he'll be right back. Look at him pressing buttons and stuff.
That's cool.
I know. He's probably gone for a wee, so we have to hope he's turned his microphone off, which he often forgets.
Yes, I missed that last time.
Yes. The little if some people have asked, the clip that Tony showed that I've used before of me stabbing myself on my live stream even. What I'm talking about when I stabbed myself is the fact that we did one of these hangouts just for us all together. and TK went for a wee, and he has a headset and forgot to turn his microphone off. So basically, he went to the loo when we were all like, "Is he pouring himself a drink? What's it?" Oh, and then he could suddenly hear us, and he realised while he's there that we're talking about him having, and that's where that come from. So go on then,
Yes, I
Adam.
missed that last time.
So yeah, just so for anybody who's not in the UK, as Tony was saying, a lot of people our age who got into model making will have done the same kind of things. Will have all have built a biplane. This is a kind of British model making because we did the whole airfix thing. We've all built a biplane. We've all built the 1920s Bugatti race car at some point. The blue plastic one.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, there's always one. We have all built a Red Arrow's Hornet. Is it a Hornet?
Ooh.
The little crappy Red Arrow's plane.
Yeah.
We've all built a space shuttle.
I've not done that one.
Have you not? Ooh.
I've done a space shuttle.
And we've all built a Sherman tank. And that's kind of for a lot of people. That's kind of growing up making models in the 70s and 80s in Britain. But over for for an American perspective.
Yes. Now across the pond.
Yeah. Now over for the traffic news to Adam in the down the south of the Mason-Dixon line. How's the traffic over there, Adam?
Sucks.
Hey. I didn't know the M25 went that far.
Oh yeah. Well, unfortunately, as far as traffic goes, we're getting very fine English weather right now. So of course it's drizzly, cold, and wet.
Wait, is that the
weather? Nobody can drive. I got when basically it was you guys. You guys influenced me a lot in getting model making. I was interested in model making. I had looked at the D'Agostini Millennium Falcon, and from there I was like, well, if I'm going to do something, why don't I look online trying to find some stuff about it? And I happened upon this nice little guy that starts videos and never finishes them. And he does this great job in this Falcon. The cockpit interior is beautiful, and he used pastels, and he did all this great stuff. And I learned so much about German gray, and then he just up and stops, and now I got a shield. And then I follow Tony, and now I got like 2 sets of Bandai's R2D2s, and I've learned what oven cleaner does to plastic. So I blame you guys. You guys are the reason I'm doing modeling. And it's particularly you, Tony and Foxx, that got me onto YouTube, because nobody will know this. I think I mentioned it once in a video. I swore I was never going to do it. I was never going to do it. I don't know how to do editing. Period. But I was like, I'll never get a camera. I'll never do this. I'll never do that. These 2 idiots from Manchester say, sure you can. And next thing I know, I got a YouTube channel and I got a Facebook channel, and I blame you guys. It is your fault.
I fully accept all the blame you're throwing at Tony and pass it in his direction. But remember something very important, Adam. There's something very important you need to remember.
Ooh.
All complaints to helgen35@geocities.com.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have you seen those videos?
I've got to make it something believable, but not modern. So.
Yeah, lately with the Brandon videos, whenever he's working, we have found that people definitely like it when I'm torturing them. And spitballs, electrocution, anything like that. And nobody's seen those. Only Tony's seen those. And I got this long Facebook message like, you evil person. But yeah, every once in a while we chime in. By the way, complaints can be made to Helgon35, care of Tony Faircloth.
My God, why am I getting all the complaints? Is it my background in customer service?
You're the most diplomatic.
My calm demeanor. Oh.
Well, it's your voice. You can get away with saying, have you tried turning it on and off again?
Either that or it's the 4,500 unread emails in your inbox. We probably suggest they go there because,
yeah, there's that as well.
It's
literally about 4,500.
It's always good to send the complaints to the person that has no idea what their email address is. It's the best bet I find.
Yes.
Right, next question. This is for everybody, except me, because I've answered it before. From Marco Antonio. Will you marry me?
Yes.
No.
My wife would be against it.
Yes.
Excellent. That's that one. This one from Taylor, Adam's daughter.
Hey.
There you go, got a shout out. It's not really kind of topical now, but it's a bit out of date. But did you go trick or treating, and what did you go as? I didn't, but I did eat many sweets.
I went as myself, and I seem to be very scary at just being myself.
That's what the restraining order's for.
Yeah. That reminds me, you got to lift that soon, haven't you?
Probably. I don't know. Depends. What's it worth? How many pot noodles have you got?
None.
I'll take Starship Filth.
No.
No.
My precious.
No, it's a bit pointless asking you, Adam, because I'm sure Taylor will know. But what did you do? Did you go trick or treating, and what did you go as?
Trick or treating?
Trick or treating. The Trade Federation will not stand for this.
Actually, no. I actually stayed in that night. I was perfectly happy watching Doctor Who on Amazon.
I just did a prequel impersonation, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
But those films don't exist.
Yes, they do.
That's
They exist because you.
That's two
do the
prequel
imitation.
impersonations in the same podcast. I may have to retire. I've done Jar Jar, god damn it, and I've done. Oh, never mind. Can I cover my backside and say it was a Khajiit instead? This one was trying to do the Khajiit voice.
Just blame the noodles and the sprinkles on top.
Oh, that was really nice. It was so odd. It was like, it was really hot for like a split second, and then it was just really sweet. And I was like, this isn't really. And then you got the juice at the end where all the sprinkles are gone, which apparently aren't Hagelslag. And I'm still confused about that. And it was just like liquid saccharin. It was like, this is really nice and tasted a little bit like licorice. Really
You've
good.
invented new food.
I know. I've invented a fusion, the new Korean-Dutch fusion that nobody'd ever thought of before.
Yeah.
How good is that?
I'm not going to eat it, though.
Yeah. So, Adam, sorry, we all completely talked over your answer, and I wasn't paying attention, one of the two. What was your answer?
Nothing. I was watching Doctor Who on Amazon.
Oh, well, that's the right answer. Which series? This could go wrong if you answer wrong.
I was actually, at that point, I was going on David Tennant. I was rewatching David Tennant's.
I like a bit of 10. Go on then, TK. You're the last one in the line there. Did you go trick-or-treating?
No, we don't do Halloween in the Netherlands, so...
You just eat sugary snacks for breakfast.
Yeah. Well, there's some Halloween startup things around here, but yeah, it's not a thing around here.
You mean
We got
it's not part of the big global franchise that became Halloween? It's now massive everywhere.
Not yet, no. So
Nope.
I didn't go.
Don't worry, TK. America has already spread Black Friday to the rest of the world. We will spread Halloween to your country, too.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome.
they're trying to get it off ground. Yeah. But no. I'll stay in probably. I live in this scary house in my street, so.
Yeah, it's best. But you've got the big dog. That can always help.
Yeah. So.
Well, I'm also pretty sure the sock puppet that goes across the window every once in a while scaring the kids helps.
Oh yes, we haven't shown Heinrich yet, have we?
No.
In fact, I think we should. I think TK should just remove himself from the frame for a minute and let Heinrich answer the question. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think Heinrich needs a question or three.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you our
Heinrich.
fifth guest, Heinrich.
Hello.
Guten Tag, Heinrich.
Ich bin der Heinrich, ja. Everyone in Germany is now offended.
Heinrich is just the most trippy out, LSD-induced, scariest thing I've ever seen, but also the funniest. Because tell the story, TK. Where did Heinrich come from?
My grandmother made it for me from an old sock. It's obviously a sock puppet. So.
And scarred your childhood.
It's from my childhood, and the eyes have gone, and most of his teeth have fallen out.
You would go like that once.
He's a mess, but my son when he was young, found him in a box. And since then, he's called Heinrich, and he's supposed to talk German. So,
Das ist richtig.
German. I'm not really good at German, so.
Well, it can't be worse than my Dutch.
I beg to differ.
Anyway, can I point out that Mrs. TK told me my Dutch pronunciation wasn't that bad actually. So
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
yeah, it
It was
wasn't
pretty
great.
good actually. Yeah, we were surprised.
Wasn't as good as my Irish. Ashfeld. Well, now you see. Let's have the next question. No, I shouldn't do that, should I?
Stop it.
I could do
That's
that.
Liverpool.
8-8. We're in Belgium, heat. Right, let's do the next question, shall we? Oh, it's gone off the screen. Hang on.
Oh, what's he done?
Right, there we go.
You're a hinge.
Here's one of those questions. You'll know what I mean. We'll do a couple more, then we'll wrap it up. This is from Colin Sanderson. Would you rather... It's a would you rather question. Would you rather be attacked by 10 swan-sized horses or one horse-sized swan? I think I answered that I will be rather attacked by 10 swan-sized horses because they're small, whereas a swan is dangerous as swan size, so it's the size of a horse, it's going to snap you in half. That was my answer.
I think I'll go with you. Swans are dangerous.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Adam, what would you go for?
Oh, well, since how I have been chased around an ambulance by a very large ostrich.
What?
Wait, what? Is this?
I could have sworn I told you guys this story.
Are you basically
No.
beating all Ted's awesome "I've had this particular cool job" stories by saying you're chased by an ostrich?
No, dude, I swear to God. I mean, I was down in Georgia, and I was driving onto this property in an ambulance. I can't say what because of HIPAA rights.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, first thing I pull into the driveway, I see these 20-foot tall Jurassic Park metal gates. And the owner of the property says, drive on through. And I'm like, okay, I should know something's wrong. I hop out of the ambulance. I pull up in front of the house. I hop out of the ambulance. Next thing I know, I look up and there's this literally, God knows how tall, ostrich looking at me. And of all things, this is right at twilight. So it's nice and eerie dark and all this other good stuff. I look at it. It looks at me. I run.
A wise tactic.
I can handle
a wise
chihuahuas.
tactic.
I can handle dogs, cats. Getting chased by an ostrich. There's a life event.
You've just beaten all Ted's stories now. For those who don't know, every time we talk to Ted, he adds a job to his storied career over the years, and it's always like, I built nuclear submarines, or I was a boat cop, and there's always a story to add, but that beats Ted's stories, I think.
Yeah.
What would you do, Tony? Swan-sized, what was it? 10 swan-sized horses.
Swan-sized horses or horses that are swan-sized.
Yes.
Or whatever.
If it's anything like this horse,
will die.
never. Oh, no, horses don't. I think the 10 swan-sized horses, because you'd be able to. I'm going to offend some kind of animal rights people here,
right,
but you can kick them out of the way. Yeah.
Or just give them a.
You can kind of like.
Thing is, though, imagine you've got like an angry swan-sized horse. How big is a sugar cube to that horse? It's like the size of a house compared to a normal horse.
Yeah.
So if you have a sugar cube, you're that horse's friend for life.
Mm-hmm.
This is lateral thinking, you see. You've got to think these things through.
No, I'd rather just shove them out of the way with my foot. Like, it's you.
Well, if it's a horse-sized swan and it's in flight and it needs to take a shit.
Like that. That's. No cars, no umbrella's going to protect you from that one.
No, I mean...
No.
I need the car's wash
You need air raids for that.
You need the Air Force for that.
Oh, it's that swan again.
The air raid siren's going off. Everybody in the bunker. Vic, it was a pooping bunker. Tony's gone. And on that note, right, well, I think that's a good place to stop us, Eddie, because that's all the questions that had some potential comedy value. That's going to do it for this show, I think. As I said, this is the first half. The second half is going to... I'll look at the camera. It's probably better, isn't it? I'm looking at myself on the screen. I've not got used to this yet. You see, we're still learning. It's still making this stuff up. This is the first half of the show. This will be up on YouTube kind of now because you're watching it. So pointless sentence is pointless. We're going to take a short break and then we're going to film the second half, which is the after hours section. Now, the plan is really that this bit we've just done is all model making and the after hours is talking about nonsense, but we've kind of done that already. So basically the next bit will be the same again, but with more swearing and probably beer. So there you go. If you want to watch the after hours, while I just adjust my screen, if you want to watch the after hours, it's going to be Patreon exclusive, so make sure you go along to the Patreon channel and pledge your undying love for me, and you can watch it. It'll be on YouTube, but you have to go through Patreon. So that's for the Patreon subscribers. It's basically going to be what we've done now, but less model making, more nonsense, beer, and swearing. It's going to be adults only, because if you're on Patreon, you've got a credit card, so you're paying me, so we know we can swear. But that's going to do it for this part of the episode. Just remains for me to thank my good friends Adam from Enigma Model Making.
See you guys later.
TK from TK's Models.
Hey, thanks for watching. Take care, guys.
And good old Tony from Helgen35, not 35. Helgen35.
Not 30. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.
Oh my God, it's Crichton.
Are you sure we want to do that, sir? It does mean we have to change the bulb. See what the kind of conversations we have when you're not here, Tony. There's a whole search in Google for pictures of Robert Llewellyn last week. You missed it all. Never mind. We did find. In fact, I'm going to show it. Let me just change this now. I can't do that actually because that's going to show it on screen. Never mind. We'll do it next time. But anyway, just remains for me to thank my three guests for coming along. Again, this is the first one ever, so we're making this crap up as we go along. It's probably really bad. We appreciate that. Do leave your comments on YouTube, on Facebook, on wherever the hell you watch this. Do leave your comments and your feedback. Let us know what you think. Are we just making complete tools of ourselves? Is this a complete waste of time? Picture quality is going to be crap because we're all on webcams, so there you go. Let us know if there's anything you want us to include. This is the family-friendly version part, remember, so we can't do anything rude. Any questions, but more importantly, leave us questions for the next episode because we want proper questions. They were backlog questions, so leave us your questions. Model making questions are fine. We'll get non-model making questions probably for the after hours segment because that'll be more funny and we can swear. So for the non-model making stuff, make sure there's a potential for us to swear and have silly times. But thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Until the next time, as always, from me, Fox from Model Making Guru. Adios, amoebas. I'll just hold this pose now for a minute.